Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Dre cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Gamu. The hardest part on my tongue. Hidden is a raw glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist but you smell me. One spot then I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around. Get stupid then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up, but drink a knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the plaques, you use Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can float, they like up in the storage and I'm E-Man. Up, down, then I'm cheating. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. It's a turtle rap, turtle clans get defeated. Hot in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. You're from the West Coast right now. Go ahead and get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, we're going to go over my man Cool Colas's video talking about the Black Goofball trope. And I'm going to see if it ties in, because I'm halfway through Wonder Man. And I just finished episode 4 with the Doorman. And I'm not going to spoil anything for people who have not watched the first 4 episodes of Wonder Man, but there was some particular things that I saw in that particular episode that will probably tie into this. And again, I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to tell you the tropes if it's brought up. So I have not seen the video, and of course, Cool Colas has always been a friend to the show. Met him through Chillmonger's channel. Me and him most definitely have chopped it up. I am very, very proud of my man Cool's success. So shout out to my man Cool Colas. Been doing this thing, man. Channel blowing up. and that's what's up. I'm very, 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 very proud of my brother. You know what I'm saying? Started off, you know, with his channel being, I think his channel was smaller than mine. And like I keep telling people, it don't take long. It only takes a few videos. It only takes a few videos, and then once your videos get to cracking, it don't stop. Especially when you're bringing out good stuff that people want to watch. So, hopefully, you guys are happy. Hopefully, you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is,
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. And again, thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see who is all in the house. I'm not gonna lie to you. Brother's a little tired. I'm not even gonna hold you. Brother's a little tired. You know what I mean? So but nonetheless, I wasn't gonna stop the show. We still gonna run this show, still gonna do our thing. And but I'm not gonna hold you, brother. A little tired. All right. Marley Moore, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tori and Rain Reloaded. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And this was if you don't know, this was requested by my man Tori and Rain Reloaded. Krisha Key, good morning, good morning, good morning. My sister Michael Johnson, good morning. Wavy Thames, good morning, good morning, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, good morning, good morning, good morning. D Stizzle, the admin, good morning, good morning. Justice Note, good morning, good morning, good morning. My man She, what up, what up, what up, what up? Good morning to you, my brother. I would tell you I like the aesthetic. I like the indie feel, especially in the look of the first two episodes of LA. I love the I almost feel like indie vibes as far as the cinematography is concerned. A lot of good cinematography for that's in it. I'm not going to get into how I feel about Wonder Man until after I'm done watching the show. And then which is hopefully is going to be today. And then I will tell you exactly what I think of Wonder Man. But I'm not going to do it today. I'm not going to do it right now. Junior Network, good morning, good morning, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tina, aka Minty Gasm, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. That's who is all in here right now. Of course, go ahead. Don't forget to get the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Get the thumbs up. And while y'all in the thumbs up giving mood, let me go ahead and shout out to crew members, man, because you guys are amazing, man. And I do appreciate you guys every month, man. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right, all right, all right. And again, thank you so very much to all my crew members, man, that hold it down. All of that for me. A lot of you guys that follow me on Instagram, that retweeted my cast. I had cast a call. People was hitting me up from everywhere. But Kansas City. Well, I had somebody did hit me up in Kansas City because that's where it's being filmed at in my hometown. So, that's And I looked at that flyer. I was like, "Ooh, that's my fault," because I forgot to put Kansas City down. That's the only thing I forgot. But anyway, it looks like I might have my lead. She's gonna read for me. We're gonna meet up on Sunday. But I might have my lead for the movie. So, and then once we have once everything is done, we get to working, get all the the dialogue together, and then I got a few things I need to buy, or whatever, because I need a I call it a boom mic, but a stick mic, one that is for filmmaking. I mean, it's not that I found one. It's not that much, it's actually, I think it's under $300. But yeah, found it for my camera. I just re-looked at my camera because I was like, okay, once I kind of get what I need to get out of here, say for instance, I start making a little money, what else can I buy? And I looked at the camera that I use right now for film to do my live stream on this month. It then went up. When I bought it, it was like $400 some. Amazon won $900 for this camera now. Like, what? And then the camera that this one, which is the upgraded version of one I got now, is like $7. And some of the cameras the Canon cameras and stuff like that people were talking about, this was rated higher than that. So I'm like, I'm ready. When I tell you I've never been more ready to do this, to do something in my life. Acting is my passion. I love it. It's like, it's just performing anyway is my passion. And I don't know. I can't even explain it. I really can't. I can't explain it. I'm so incredibly excited. I'm so incredibly excited. Yeah, I think it's tariffs too, because I was like, what the hell? I'm glad I bought my camera when I did. But I just need I got a battery pack. I just need to buy 2 additional batteries, and I need to buy a bigger memory card than what I got in here, because I don't want to be recording and then have to dump it, record, dump it, and all of that. I just found out that they sell like 1 terabyte cards now, but it's expensive as hell. So, but it's time to get this thing done, man. Again, I want to show you guys my talent, not just the goofy stuff that I put in my commercials, the stuff that I did way back in the past. I know that this is my call because it's too overwhelming. My the feeling and all of that I have, man, is just there. So I can't wait to get this done. I talked to the young lady all yesterday about this and let her read the script. She's excited, so I can't wait to just sit down with her and go over the nuances. We start practicing, and then we do our shoot and we put it to film so you guys can see what I'm trying to display on film. I cannot wait, because I can't talk crazy about films and then don't do one. Or I can't talk crazy about acting without showing you really the depths of my acting. You know what I mean? In the depths of my storytelling. And even when I did music, it's storytelling. So I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm super, super, super excited. You know what I mean? So, all right, enough of that. Black Beach, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Dirty Joker, good morning, good morning, good morning. May Kent, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, the Sony cameras is awesome. Sony cameras is awesome. Not the Stedman cameo. Nah, I told you, Powerless is a 2-person film. That's it. Told you, take Malcolm and Maria's is what I took inspiration. And I did that because even when I used to do I did improv, and it was a 2-person thing, but I did dramatic interp. You know what I'm saying? Dramatic interpretations, me and another partner. So I'm taking that same energy that I did with dramatic interpretation and putting it in that Malcolm and Marie-esque style as far as the black and white aesthetic, that noir aesthetic, and bringing you my story, bringing you a story on there. So again, I cannot wait to show you guys my story. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't wait to show you guys my story. All right, Andre Ware, what's up? What's up? What's up? Crazy Joe concession stand. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, appreciate it. You see, I want to play. Come on. Hey, come on. I got matter of fact, I gotta pay for my Simpsons. My PCB went out. As soon as I get that mug hooked up, come on down. Go play some Simpsons with me. I got 4 players. You know what I'm saying? You play NFL Blitz, 4 players. Appreciate it. Yeah, they'll do that too. You're not lying. You are not lying. But honestly, people are asleep on the Sony ZV cameras. I know, they got the ZV-10, but the ZV-1F is just as good as the ZV-10. You know what I mean? It just depends on how you tweak, and there's a whole tutorial, a whole thing, because I did it for this one, my camera that I got here. I just got to make my settings that I have for this one on that one, and I'm good to go. I am good to go. So yeah. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and transition over. You already know we got to sell some of these buttermilk biscuits in the morning. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break before we transition over. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Dre Max Show.
Knight Rider will return after these messages and station identification.
Sandman, he's Sandman, not just no Bruce boyfriend. If you cross him, you're a dead man. You heard what I said, man.
I heard he was gay. No way, sister.
Who's that man? He's Sandman.
Knight Rider. The Knight Rider power cycle with Kid on the pretend instrument panel.
Here he comes.
There's something special happening at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Fresh buttermilk biscuits made from scratch. Our chicken head biscuits a perfect match.
Taste so good, make you want to slap your mama for real. Man, I slap your grandma, I slap your auntie.
Good idea. Playing horsey with your little sister. Bad idea. Playing horsey with your Aunt Bertha.
Let's see who's bad, man. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. Let's show you who's bad. Come on.
You wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken boo.
Now the conclusion of
I hate how they talk about you. Everybody thinks you're just a freeloader. They don't know about...
They can't know. They can't ever know. If my cover's blown, we're both dead.
Do you like the car? It's for you.
What's the occasion?
I can't believe you forgot again. It's our anniversary. We've been engaged for 15 years.
You know, I'd marry you tomorrow, baby. But it wouldn't be fair. Not to you or to the free world. Well, look at you.
This is it. I can't believe it. After 15 years, we're finally going to consummate our love.
Damn. This is Stedman. It's the commissioner.
Sorry,
what? Professor Haight? He's escaped? Damn. What? The French Riviera? Now? Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Damn him! Damn that Professor Haight!
He's escaped? Again? Can't they build a prison strong enough to hold him for at least one night?
He's diabolical. I must go.
Can it wait just 1 hour? I want it so bad. 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Believe me, when we finally make love, I'm gonna take my time. It's gonna take all night long. But right now, I'm gonna need some money.
How much?
Let's see. French Riviera. In the house. Wardrobe. Disguises, special weapons, laser glasses, speedboat, armored helicopter.
All I have on me is 1.3 million.
That'll have to do.
Oh, darling, what kind of life is this?
Oprah, darling, you have to be strong. There's more at stake than just you and me.
Here's something to read on the plane.
Thank you, darling.
How about a kiss?
Of course. Close your eyes.
Oh, Stedman.
All right, all right, all right. Of course, we're gonna get through more to more of Stepman's adventures, but let's go ahead and transition over. Let's get into this latest video. What's up, Bushy? AKA Kev. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Let's get into this video by Cool Colors. Let's see if because I'm gonna get to the scene. But I want to see what he has to say. What's up, Miss Roberta? You've just got in time for Stedman. Let me see what my man Cool Colas is talking about. And what's up, Snapshot Reviews? Dre's film's going to be diabolical. I got to go. I wish I had an Oprah to give me some money. I would have had this thing filmed, wrapped, and snapped right now. But it was off Comedy Central. That's where it comes from. It comes off of Comedy Central. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. My man Cool Call. I said again, shout out to my man Cool for doing this thing, man. You know, the growth of the channel and everything again, man. Shout out to my brother. All right.
I'm sure by now a lot of you all, just like me, have seen this image millions of times in TV shows and movies. You have this black male character who is turned into comic relief or someone who is the humor of that series or of that movie. I call this the black male goofball trope, and we need to dissect it. I'm your host, Kukolas, and you are now tuning into a new video on my channel. So let's get into it. This issue is something that's common in media.
So to try to recap what he's saying that there is a trope when it comes to black actors, that there is a trend to have a black goofball, black guy that just does dumb stuff in the show. Or you know, I don't want to speak for him because I know he's going to get into it. When I hear people that do goofball stuff, I always think of somebody who's a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Who is a caricature of black people. That's also black. He's playing a caricature. What's up, Inez? What's good? Good to see you up in here. What's up, Kendall? It's good to see y'all this morning. Good, good, good. But I always think about that. Now, let's get to Let's get to the Wonder Man. There's a character in Wonder Man that is a character from he's a character from the comics called the Doorman. And I think Toria knows what I'm talking about. They turned him into a catchphrase. Black dude catchphrase. And then Inez brought up JJ from Good Times with the dynamite. And then you go in to Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? You know what I'm saying? And I'm on I just finished episode 4. I'm not gonna give no thoughts until I finish this. Because I have a lot of thoughts. I will say this. Yeah, did I do that? Yeah. You see how we can just roll them off the tongue? You know what I mean? So I always think about the caricature. And again, they made the Doorman in this particular episode. And I think it was on purpose to show how Hollywood would turn someone into just a pure catchphrase. You know what I'm saying? It's just a pure catchphrase. And I'm not going to lie. What's up, DeAndre? I'm not going to lie. I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed watching the episode because there was even parts where it didn't seem real. You know what I'm saying? It did not seem real. There was a part of the show where he had to rescue some people and you hear this and it's very meta. It was done on purpose. But then with that being said, there's a certain thing where the joke can last just so long. Where after a while we get it. So if the meta commentary goes too long, which it did make sense towards the end, but it just lasted too long for me. That's just me personally. but I get why they did it. But also, it's a commentary on black, and that's why I'm putting this together. You know, they made the guy into the black goofball for a particular reason, but they made him into the black goofball. Everything, all even the acting, to the point where he's literally a walking stereotype. It was done on purpose, so I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? His whole character was done on purpose. In the vein of the Spot from Spider-Man, Spider-Man Enter the or Across the Spider-Verse. You know what I mean? It was done in a way because the Spot was kind of a caricature of heroes that, you know, or villains that is just villain of the week. You're not really dealing with him. It doesn't matter. A lot of people will write these villains of the week in comics, and then you never hear from them again. And they're just a footnote in comic history. But they took the Spot and made it bigger than what it was. So I don't know if they're going to do this with Doorman because I haven't finished the rest of the series. But the commentary and the way that he was acting was most definitely. Yeah, it does, Torian. It does lead to where we at with Simon Williams and why this makes sense. But watching a black actor, even in meta commentary, the things that the things that they were due, the things that we would do for fame. And sometimes we bring it on ourselves. Even though the signs are there, we won't take the consideration and say, is this worth it? At the end of the day, especially being an actor. I did have somebody, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get back to the commentary from Cool Callouts, because y'all came for Cool, y'all didn't come for me. But I'm gonna say this. I did have a lot of people ask me the other day about my film, right? The film that I'm filming. And asking me, you know, what type of film this is. Is this a hood film? Right? And you know what I mean. Anybody can act in a hood film. If you're from the hood, all you gotta do is be yourself or be what you think, you know, somebody acts like, or you try, or what you envision yourself as a hood dude trying to be. You know what I mean? So I got asked that question. You know, what type of film it is? And when I say it's a noir romantic drama, they like, what? That's interesting. What other films are you trying to make? Oh, well, I want to make a horror film, and I want to do a slapstick rom-com. You know what I mean? You take Love Jones and The Best Man, and you make it slapstick. You know, mix Love Jones with Airplane, and what do you got? Something unique. You know what I mean? Bring it back, you know, that version too. And people like, so you not gonna make a film for us? So I almost cussed, but Miss Roberta was in my ear. Miss Roberta is on the right side of my shoulder, right? And Marley Marr is on the left side of my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? In the Emperor Palpatine cloak, like, do it. Because I was getting ready to cuss. And we're so used to being caricatures or being what we think we should be. All they think we are is just hood dudes. And for some reason, I just don't want to portray just that in a film, because we are more than just that. You know what I'm saying? We could be in love too, just like how we used to show in the 90s, in the 2000s and stuff like that. We can do horror with it not having to be a caricature of Leprechaun in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got our people in the hood, and I'm not denying that. You know what I'm saying? But if 9 out of 10 people was doing that, can I be the one that's not? They're showing another side of it. That's it. Okay, I'm done. I'm talking too much. Talking way too much. And we only 30 seconds in. Let me shut up.
Yeah. Yet it's seldom spoken about. And the reason why is because if you choose to speak up about this issue, you'll either be attacked by a tube of shea butter or a jar of mayonnaise if you even dare to try to tackle it or speak up to the injustices that are going on with black men. When it comes to black men, the dominant society has two means of attempting to misrepresent the black male image. They either make us overly angry or they attempt to make us non-threatening. When it comes to being non-threatening, some of the ways that they have attempted to do this is to either make a black man effeminate or gay. And what I mean by gay is it's not just on the basis of their sexuality, but the idea that they're going to present themselves as both gay and performative. The other side of this non-threatening gimmick that they try to portray on black men is to make them the ass of all jokes or comic relief.
All right.
The comic relief.
So let's go. Let's dissect what he was saying. If you remember, if some of you guys are old enough to remember, in the 80s, a lot of movies, and this goes from the Monster Squad all the way up to, and they tried to do it with another 48 hours, right? I mean, with 48 hours. The black comic relief. Eddie Murphy was supposed to be the black comic relief in 48 hours. He ended up being a star in it. You know what I mean? They did it in Beverly Hills Cop. He's a star. You know what I mean? He's the funny guy, but he brought so much. And this is why I talk about it. And this is what I do. And I'm tying this into Wonder Man, what I've seen so far. And I'm just giving you nuggets of what I believe, what I've seen. You can't take a script at face value and make it your own. This is one of the reasons why I do like elements of Wonder Man, when it talks about the acting and the performance. Acting is a job, right? Acting is a job, but you gotta have a special skill. You gotta have something inside of you deep down that you could be able to pull out, to be able to pull that performance and let somebody know that this is the performance. This is what I'm giving you. I'm being this character. And that's something that I noticed about Eddie Murphy back in the day. That's why he became a star. He had presence. Eddie Murphy wasn't number 5'9", 100 and, you know what I'm saying, 60 pounds. And he's next to Nick Nolte, and he's a bigger star than Nick Nolte was. You know what I mean? He was a bigger star than everybody else in Beverly Hills Cop. In Beverly Hills Cop 2, which we already know where he was established at. You know what I mean? And that was a big thing. Everybody was trying to find the next Eddie Murphy. So any black dude that was in certain movies, they were normally the sidekicks or they was the comic relief. And most of the times they were both. You know what I mean? So that was a huge trope in the 80s. Now, the 90s was a little different because we saw a lot more of, black theater, the black cinema coming to life in our own visions and our own tones. Remember, people hated Boomerang because they thought that it was an Elseworld type of story, not knowing you could go to Atlanta, you could see a black marketing firm right there with black people working in there at those particular type of jobs. But at 1992, even white people that didn't go outside of their homes, that don't really touch grass, could not see how a black person could be able to run a marketing firm. You know what I mean? So these were the barriers that we had to go through, and these are the things that the results we saw. We saw with Martin. You know what I'm saying? We saw with Will Smith. They broke out of the mold that was set by Eddie Murphy. Even if you go back to Superman 3, why is Richard Pryor in Superman 3? Strictly to be comic relief. Or was that Superman 2? Or is it Superman 3? Yeah, Superman 3. You know what I mean? So he's on to something. Goes back to Wonder Man. When you see episode 4, you can tell what they're trying to tell you in this scene. It is very uncomfortable to me. It is very uncomfortable because this is reality. We got so many people, as long as there's a camera in their face, they'll twerk, they will shoot booty, bootleg, poke their eyes, buck dance, open their mouth up wide and chew the chicken, and all of that, and dance and wiggle and do everything else. Everything else would be a normal damn person. So literally, you don't even have to be in Hollywood. Go to Instagram. Go to Instagram right now. Go into your feeds, your media feeds, and you will literally see people in there buck dancing, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Twerking, showing half their body off, or whatever, trying to get as much as they possibly can. Just go into your reels. Go into your list of reels. You don't even have to go to Hollywood to see it. We would do it ourselves just so we could become popular, so we could be viral. Let me stop.
Side, we've seen these portrayals in characters such as
Bleach
on Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Finn from the Star Wars series. Think about the character M'Baku. A lot of people, they see this character. He's this big old dude wearing an 8 suit, so he appears like a masculine and a big black man, right? But if you look at his character in Wakanda Forever, I mean, this dude was doing nothing but telling jokes every 5 damn seconds, and he was not taken seriously. And there's some people who are going to walk around, they're going to say, he became King M'Baku. He became the king. He became the king. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. If you go back to that movie.
Oh, man, I do miss doing Cool's reactions. Cool is funny. Cool is very funny. You should see some of the stuff with him and Chillmonger too. It's classic.
You understand that even the king thing was a token gesture, because if you look at the way that the character was treated throughout this movie, he was tossed around by Namor, and he even lost an arm wrestling match to Shuri, who's probably like 90 pounds soaking damn wet, and this dude probably got to be 300.
I mean, to be fair, this is after she took that the synthetic heart-shaped herb. So to be fair, that's what happened. All right, let's keep going.
Although the black male goofball trope seems to be about humor and being comic relief, it's really about removing a threat, the authority, and the sexual seriousness from a black man while also keeping him visible. Way for a lot of these producers in the dominant society to meet a diversity checkbox while also appealing to that we are not a monolith crowd. I've even discussed in the past how black men in the WWE are often turned into these circus clowns.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you go back and watch his videos with Chillmonger, it's some of the, especially if you're a WWE fan, it's some of the greatest back and forth you could possibly go. Now, I do agree with him. I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna, because the New Day, when I first seen the New Day, they pissed me off, and then I fell in love with them. I even have a Booty O shirt, so I can't sit up here and act like I didn't like them. At first, I didn't. Just being honest with you. But even when I start watching wrestling with my cousin, shout out to my cousin Manu. When I started watching wrestling with my cousin, I remember watching Bad News Brown and watching Coco Beware. You know what I mean? Even my man JYD in the Memphis territory was a bad dude. You got him over here barking and not winning titles. You know, you got Coco Beware over here dancing with a bird. You know what I mean? So, yikes. You know what I mean? Kamala is probably one of the most racist stereotypes. Papa Shango. The list goes on. I grew up in a day and age where black people, even in wrestling, we were not taken seriously. In WCW, you had Butch Reed and Ron Simmons was the best that I got. You know what I mean? So when it comes to entertainment, that's why I think I get so mad, because everybody, and this is just what it is what it is now. And I don't even think we're going to be able to stop it because the machine is too big. They reward you for being a jackass. Like I said, go on anyway, go to Facebook, go to your reels. You either have the super conscious crowd, you got that side, or you have the buck dancing crowd. And it doesn't matter if it's twerking every 5 minutes. You can't do nothing but twerk or show your cheeks or whatever. You got the buck dancers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, just buck dancing and showing their teeth. It's the same old skits. You know what I'm saying? It's the same old podcast talking about the divide of black men and black women. This is what it is. So, I mean, what can you do when we do it to ourselves for fame and fortune?
Or made to be overtly silly and are created for the entertainment of white folks, if we're being honest. That's why you had the antics of the New Day and then our Troupe acting like a damn dumbass. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being funny or even being goofy at times in real life. But there is a difference between having fun and just being an overall silly person. Sometimes those who are being silly all the time, that is, are purposefully allowing themselves to be performative for attention, which for a black man is a very unmasculine way to be. Now, again, seeing a funny or silly character on screen who is a black man alone isn't what is actually bad. It also usually includes specific traits and character treatment. Usually this comic relief character that I'm discussing is either made or treated like a throwaway, undermined, or is easily tossed around by the big bad in whatever series they are in. Everything they say or do is a joke, and they are never taken seriously. And these personas are acquired often by certain archetypes of real life men, not just the characters that they actually played. I noticed that sometimes even very big or very small black men get turned into comic relief quite often as well, too. And they are comic relief not because they actually tell funny jokes, but because the way that they behave in combination with their size is something that is laughable to people.
And I do agree with him. I know y'all guys are talking about our truth. I gotta, how can I say this? Even with our truth, just to be honest with you, because I remember when he came in when he was K Quick. You know what I'm saying? And then, he was Ron Killians. He went over to TNA and he won the TNA title and stuff like that. It's still a love there. He's one of the most charismatic characters that WWE has had in a real long time, because just as who he is. But let's be real, the guy still looks good for his age, and all he is a joke character. Tyrese in the Fast and the Furious. He started off as, he was taken seriously in Too Fast, Too Furious, even though he was, joking and stuff like that. But now look at him. Now look, after The Rock made that joke on him, that was it for that. You know what I'm saying? When he talked about his forehead, he's never been the same ever since. You know what I mean? But let me do this. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. Real quick. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to pay some of these biscuits. I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Are you going down? Then you gotta know the best way to go. On the down low.
Damn, you banking like that? And you come over here with a biscuit meal, man?
Would you like to take a survey? No. Elevator go down the hall.
It's you! It's you!
Whoop they do?
We are talking about the same girl.
Okay, well, what do we do? Fight a duel or something?
Well, I don't know. Maybe,
Now the conclusion of
Step like this?
Slower. Bend over.
Stedman, what's going on?
Darling, are you all right?
Stedman, who was that woman?
That was Professor Haight, disguised as an ugly French lap dancer.
Ugly? She looked beautiful.
I suppose she might have been considered beautiful until you walked in the room.
Oh, Stedman, I've been dreaming of this moment. Come here.
Wild horses couldn't keep me away. Invisible robots!
Invisible robots?
Beep, 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 beep. Look out!
Man, he's scared man, not just a Bruce boyfriend. If you cross him, you're a dead man. You heard what I said, man.
I heard he was gay. No way, sister.
Who's that man? He's dead man.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
So a lot of times they'll be behaving strangely, bucking their damn eyes and performing for entertainment. As a matter of fact, I'll be doing a live this coming Thursday to tackle this to a certain degree, especially when we look at this idea that there are a lot of big performative Sambos for some reason. This is one thing that you have to understand about the men in the dominant society. They battle with ambivalent emotions. They have a hatred for black men while also having a low-key admiration for black men at the same time. This creates insecurities and ultimately individuals who make moves based on their insecurities. And one of their fears is that the black man who they low-key have admiration for will tap into their masculinity and boldly stand up to their oppressive bullshit. And they also will tackle the racism that they have tried to implement in society. So their way of trying to turn the tables on us is to use media as a tool of manipulation to psychologically sway the way that society looks at black men as a whole. Their initial.
Let me ask you guys, do you believe that black men are looked at just almost in a jokingly type of way? Do you think we are as a black man, do you think we're looked at as masculine now? I'm just be honest with you. This is the God's honest truth. The God's honest truth. I've looked at just a lot of things now, and just the way that a lot of us is treated in society, whether it's from others or our own, as a black man, is trash right now. Just being honest. It is trash right now. And it's a shame. It's a shame. We're not really taken seriously. We looked at, if we're not, I call it overly gangsterfied. We got to be, I don't know. I'm how can I say this? I've literally seen just the way that, we're discussed now. We can't do this or we're labeled that. We can't do that or we labeled this. Can't be like this or we labeled that. There's really no winning. So, and I feel it personally. I'm just being honest with you. I feel it personally because there's certain things that people take from me or whatever, because I like, y'all see the aesthetic in the background. Let's just be honest. And think there's something wrong with that. There's legitimate people like, oh, you collect comics. Oh, you got toys in your basement. You got all these arcades and stuff like that. You're just a big kid. You're not grown. You're not an adult. Black men should be like this, and black men should be that. And black man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, you can't do nothing now. You know what I mean? It's sometimes it's actually hurtful. Not even gonna lie. To hear some of my own people say that. To me, a dude is not out here robbing and killing nobody. I'm not out here. I work so much. I ain't got no time to be sitting out here, you know what I'm saying, chasing women and stuff like that. I work I work 11 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? I work 11 hours a day or more. You know, I run this show for an hour and a half in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I went and got basically, because this is my second job, because I'm serving you guys and you guys pay to see me every morning. So you get this, you know what I mean? And I went and got a third job that I'm going to quit because now they're giving me way more hours at the other job. And I'm like, I can't do all of this and try to be a filmmaker, right? I ain't got no time for the foolishness because I'm not in the streets no more. I mean, I used to be a little, not out here running like the YNs, but I mean, I used to do my thing a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I'm far away from that. Somehow I'm corny for that. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not mature enough. You too old. You need to be doing this. You should be doing that. All of this stuff that I should be doing because of what another mother is doing, or what they think I should be doing. And as a black man that's not out here doing anything that cause harm, you know what I mean? Who's out here paying his bills? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being real with you. I'm being very transparent with you guys. It is horrible to feel like that. It is. It's horrible to feel like that. So I literally get what he's saying. You know what I mean? I legitimately get what he's saying. Because if I was out here, when I tell people that I have a YouTube channel, you know what they're looking for? Performative. They looking for me to be performative. They look at me being here and buck dancing and doing all of this and all of that. I'm not. So that's boring to them. It's if y'all only knew. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, it's even hard to share what I do because of judgment. I'm like, dude, I was on TMZ for 2 years because of my commentary. You know what I mean? I should be bigger than that. I should have this. I should be doing that. Everybody's telling me what to do, but then when I created, the flyer and said, hey, I'm shooting my own film in my own hometown, I only had a few people reach out to me. That to tell you what the state of our mental capability. I'm talking about the people I'm close to is us. So I got to talk about us. Before I can talk about them, I got to talk about us. And that's the hard part. You're trying to create and you're trying to build something that's not toxic, that's not all of that other stuff. You know what I mean? And we're so used to we're so used to the same skits over and over again. We're so used to objectifying our women sexually and all of that, and women going right along with it because they want to be objectified. There's women out here just want to be objectified. Look how big my ass is. Look how big this is. Look how this. Let me show what I got because this is all I can offer because inside of me is empty. We are empty. A lot of us are empty inside. We are literally walking husk because we think this is all I got to offer for somebody to recognize me so I can feel like I'm being recognized. Not for your art, not for anything. For everything, the assets that you have. If I was 6'3", dark-skinned, big muscles, I could just sit on here and just stare because that would be what is being pushed. I could be talking about abby-dee-doo, and this whole thing could be flooded because here's this 6'3", tall, dark-skinned man just talking. Because that's what we push as the aesthetic, or we push this fine woman with a big breast and a big ass or whatever, and that's all they got to offer. So even when you listen and there's nothing of substance, that's what gets pushed. It is by design. So that's us, but them who created the algorithm, that's why they push that to you. That's why they love you being on TikTok. They love you spending hours and hours watching TikTok videos. After TikTok videos, doing the latest dance and all of that, so you can just be a shell of yourself. You're not taking time out to read a book. You're not taking time out to educate yourself. You're just scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram on the next video that you're watching. He's making a point.
Means of attempting to misrepresent us was by making us a bunch of black brutes and angry black men. That's why they use these black brute tropes where black men would be these beasts that would savagely desire to deflower their snow bunny queens. Hell, let's keep it a bean. What do you think that the King Kong movie was really about? The thing about their fear too is it's kind of evolved. It started out being a thing where they feared that we would overcome the oppression and stand up to them. And then later it turned into these extreme theories of genetic annihilation through sex. So eventually they tried to convince the world that we were brutes and abusers too. That's why eventually they would try to band together with a bunch of shea butter sambas who had their own grievances with the black men that they chose in their lives, where they had us looking like Mr. from The Color Purple and everything that we did. But eventually these suspected
Uncle Ruckus, Mr. Yep. That's what the Inez. I literally was thinking about that when he said that. I was like, that was honestly, that's what the Jonathan Majors trial was about. Now we all, you know, the ones that's been here the longest when I covered the Jonathan Majors story. Jonathan is literally an opposing figure in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'9", he's at least 6'1". And NFL built 6'1", not 6'1", you know, working at the plant. You know what I'm saying? 6'1" that, you know, runs a 4.40. You know what I'm saying? That's built like a wide receiver or a strong safety. You know what I mean? And you know I got that in there too. But you know what I mean? And that whole Jonathan Majors trial was not about him running away from that woman. Him putting her back in the car. They said that was savagery. The words that the people were using, he tossed her like, this is what the prosecutor said. He tossed her like a football in the car. When we literally see him pick her up and put her in, place her back in the car. Oh, he did it so hard it bumped her head. No, it didn't. Because she never complained about having a headache or having a bump on the head or anything like that. It was the words that they were using. And who were they led by? A black man in Alvin Braggs. It was all by design to show you the black brutality. Look at that black man take that skinny white woman. He shouldn't have picked her up. Even though she was in the middle of traffic over here, Dukes of Hazzarding, you know, trying to jump over cars, trying to get to Jonathan. That wasn't a problem. That wasn't a problem. You know, her chasing him throughout Manhattan. The problem was him putting her back in the car. That'll tell you what they think about us in society. And again, Jonathan is probably one of the, I'm not making this just, you know, I'm not deriding or anything like that because I'm cool with Jonathan and nothing like that. I'm just telling you the God's honest truth from my point of view. Only my point of view. Anybody who don't like my point of view could get one of these, honestly. You know what I mean? But that dude is one of the nicest people one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met. Just genuinely a good dude. Like, seriously, why do you think he literally still stops and, signs autographs and stuff like that for people? He's legitimately a nice person. Like, it's not even an act. He's just nice. Just what he is. She said he seen him at the HorrorCon. I believe, I forgot where it was at. Don't give me the line. I think it was in Philly, but don't let me get to line on that sheet. But he just mentioned my name, like, hey, I watched Dre Mack's show. You know what I'm saying? He always talking good about you or whatever. It just hugged the dude. You know what I mean? And Jonathan Majors was not his only victim. Kevin Porter Jr. and Adam Foss tried to make them seem like they were super predators. But that's always been a trope going back to The Birth of a Nation. Remember, they showed The Birth of a Nation in the White House. So what is anything different from that to what Alvin Braggs did and the District Court in Manhattan and his whole entire team? Just saying.
White supremacists decided to diversify their portfolio of racism. They couldn't just stop at exaggerating and exploiting our masculinity. They had to find a way to make it non-threatening. And that's where this trope, the black male goofball, comes in. Black men shouldn't have to fake smile and be a goofy ass minstrel show in order for them to be liked or respected. We can also be the hero with a beautiful black woman, a serious mentality, and a strong.
Before he go, look, this is just a yeah, exactly, Ines. But let me just say this: what's up, Forrest McLeod? Good to see you up in here. I'm gonna just say this: I got so annoyed at black people that was mad because we wanted T'Challa and Storm to stay married, and you have people. I'm not going to name no names, but, you know, Fabulous Frankie is on DC's podcast and all of that, talking reckless because her existence shouldn't be defined by being with the king of Wakanda. Okay, that's all. I'm going to shut up.
Code of ethics that is respected by society. Black male characters shouldn't also have to always be this tech support character or a deceased father who is.
Oh, remember when I got pissed off about people that was mad about how Mr. Terrific was sounding? Yeah, that's the reason why I did it. Again, you're mad about how he talks because, he sounds like a 70 Tropes character. Well, you know, honestly, he sounds like a black masculine man who don't take no shiznit. That's what he sounds like. But no, that wasn't good enough for some of these goofballs and the he called them the Shea Butter Crew, the Butter Biscuit Crews. You know what I mean? The Butter Biscuit Crews was pissed off because he sounded like a black man that didn't take no crap. You know what I mean? Just saying. What's up, Puma Lee? I don't know. I don't know, Puma Lee.
Killed off before the story even starts, or a weakling who's a magical Negro only around for the moral support of a white character.
That's why I said, as much as I watched that He-Man trailer probably 50 times, love that He-Man trailer, I was just afraid of the casting of Eldest Hodge, Eldest Hodge playing Duncan, aka the Man at Arms, which is the royal guard to Prince Adam, that he's going to be the moral support. What they did with Storm, I don't care what Bo DeMaio said. What he did to Storm was a trope. Was a trope. She was just more black support for the white characters in the story. Idris Elba. What did I say? Who did I say? Eldest Hodge? Yeah, Idris Elba. My bad, Torian. Yeah, my bad. But because he's on my mind because I want him to be T'Challa, for real. But I just don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want that. I almost forgot about I did forget about Clamp Champ. You know what I'm saying? But who's a black character? Sunman is a black character, and He-Man. King Grayskull, who was the original He-Man, is a black dude with long dreads. But no, let's take one of our great actors of our time, and make him the voice of even in the trailer, he's the voice of reason for Prince Adam, and it should have been a white dude. That's the only problem that I had about that. And it's not because I don't want Idris Elba to be in a movie or to have any type of story. That's not it. But to be the more support for white characters so the white characters can get boosted up so he can go save the day is a trope old as time. And I'm tired of that. That's all. That's it. I'm going to shut up.
and being the emotional compass of a team that typically has nothing but white and non-black people. I know a lot of folks are going to be in my comments whining and bitching and trying to spew all the outliers who don't meet this stereotype. And I'm not trying to hear that bullshit because one, that's not the point. And two, the point is it's not happening enough. The thing about these outliers is it usually doesn't disprove a system. They are exceptions that are used to defend it. And through the comic books and the characters that I'm currently making that you have yet to see, I intend to make that happen and to make this something that is a norm.
Have you? I want to shout out all the black creators too. Have you noticed? This is just me, but have you noticed you start to have more and more independent black creators just creating their own thing and not even worried about what Hollywood or what anybody else is doing right now? You know, especially in the comic book space, in the film space, we make fun of Tubi movies a lot. Because some of those Tubi movies are trash. I'm just being honest with you. Some of those Tubi movies are garbage. You know what I mean? Because you have to. This is still an art. This ain't something you just you pick up and say, I'm a filmmaker. You know what I'm saying? It's an art form to this. You know. Have I purchased Cool Colas's book? Is that what you're asking? But. You know, exactly, D Sizzle. But I almost forgot what I said when you asked that question. Hell, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, let me just finish. Because I lost my train of thought. Let me just keep going.
We will have proper black representation, especially when it comes to black men in comics and in regular media. So if you continue to follow the Cool Colas brand and everything
I'm gonna holler at him on Instagram,
then you'll see these changes happen eventually. Those of you all who got to the end of this video, what I would love for you to do is to tell me about a black male goofball character that you saw and you just shook your head and was like, this is something that they love to do with us whenever they try to represent us.
Facts.
Let me know in the comments below. Let's get this discussion started. Before we get up out of here, I would love for you all to take advantage of one of my 3 membership tiers I have on this channel.
All right, so we got the memberships cracking. You know, again, shout out to my man Cool Colas, building up his platform, getting a huge platform now. That's amazing. I'm gonna holler at because I hit him up. I think when he hit 10,000 subscribers, I hit him up and I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm just proud of him. So I hit him up again and purchased a book from him. But let me just go to one more commercial break, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on this. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more of the Johnny Mac Show.
Knight Rider will continue in a moment.
Wow, 19,000!
Only kid, for short.
It's off! This is the problem with being rich.
Your only other nickname is Dick?
No.
So you understand the words I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
What?
Coach, I've got AIDS.
Wrong. You're HIV positive. Big difference. It could be years before you even get sick.
With That's My Slow Jam, we found a way to get you all these slow grinding hits at an unbeatably low price. Act now and get all 58 songs for only 52 cents per track.
Just a good old boy.
So skip it, to run, to jump, to hop, hop.
Hi.
Now the conclusion of
Darling, are you all right?
Oh, what happened?
The robot ducked.
Oh, it's a private room. Lock the door.
Of course. First, let me close the blinds. I think someone's calling me.
I didn't hear anything.
Hello?
Monsieur Stedman, this is the Mayor of France.
It's the mayor of France.
It seems that Colonel Hayes...
You mean Professor Hate?
Yes, Professor Hayes is still alive and he's vowing to destroy you and all of France. There's not a moment to lose.
You got to give me 10 minutes alone with my fiancée. I'm begging you, man.
No, out of the question. Hurry, my yacht is outside.
Darling, I hate to ask, but...
How much do you need?
I'll bring you the change.
Nice of you to drop in, Stedman.
James Brolin. As always, your timing is perfect.
Please, call me Captain Laser.
Still battling Dr. Chaos? I bet Babs is worried sick.
Hey, how does Oprah let you out of the house without a costume?
I'm a secret agent.
Damn! You're good.
I'm the luckiest woman on earth.
Stedman!
All right. What's my final thoughts on the black goofball trope? Yeah, I'm surprised they got away with it too. And the HIV to nice and slow is wild. Hey, but you can't beat that price, man. You get 58 songs for 52 cent a track. But yeah, there is I see it more with people on their phones that just want to be goofballs than I do with anything else. I see it a lot. And especially when it comes to like you can't even do a food review without some goofball want to do extra. And it's not what they're doing, it's the extra stuff behind it. Like you could do a food review with stuff like that. You ain't got to be all extra, bucking your eyes and opening up your mouth all wide and doing that goofy dance. And I can't stand that big black dude who do that. I can't. That's what I keep referring to because every time I think about it, I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him. Oh, I can't stand him. It is ridiculous what what he does. I just can't. It literally makes me want to just throw something out the window myself anytime I come across it. I'm like, ugh. It pisses me off. Like it does. It legitimately pisses me off. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But it is a trope. Yeah, it's him. It's him. I can't stand him. He makes me mad. He does. He legit, because I understand he's just having fun. But I know our history and what people see about us. But again, I don't want to make it seem like a person can't have fun. It's just, oh my Lord have mercy. My stars and gardeners. It's just, I don't know. But then again, I think he is. But I just think because of our history in this country. And again, if you ever had an opportunity to really study our history and like I said, the birth of a nation, when I tell you, that's one of the hardest movies to get through. And I'm not talking about the one that was made in the 2000s. I'm talking about the original Birth of a Nation. And you said without spilling your thoughts, I'm on episode 4. So I see what they're doing. I want to see where they land. So see, it's because we were propagated against. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We were propagated against through Jim Crow, all of that stuff. It was just propaganda against us that was so detrimental and diabolical. It was ridiculous. So we can't have fun without even us looking like, what are you doing? Because of the way we were propagated against. You know, Sarah Bartman wasn't the only black woman that they exposed like that. She's just the most popular. Now we have no problem by going and get BBLs and just being half naked. You know what I'm saying? If you like, I'm not saying you ain't supposed to like that, you know, because it'd be somebody to tell me, oh, you don't want to see nobody naked, you must be gay. G-A-I, gay. That ain't it. But we got to be more than just that. We got to be more than just that. And Aaron McGruder was the master of meta commentary, the master. You know, but I believe that we're more than just that. Again, somebody will say, well, it's your algorithm. But think about it like this. Who is feeding the algorithm? Yep, they completely blackballed Nate for his version of A Birth of a Nation. But the original Birth of a Nation, that ain't blackballed. That ain't blackballed. And it's I watched that and it's just horrible. And then I've been to the Black History Museum. I want to go to the Jim Crow Museum in Washington, D.C. one day. I wanted to do it last year, but Bill's called. And I'm not talking about the Buffalo ones, but just to see that in real time and know this is the way that they thought about our people. Again, books like The Black Image and the White Mind by George Frederickson and other books that talked about just the way we were looked at and treated. The last thing I want to, and that's one of the main reasons why I stopped doing comedy. I don't want to be just looked at as a goofball. I don't want to be just looked at as somebody who just make me laugh, be funny, make me laugh. Because then when you just make you laugh, then when I talk about real serious situations, kind of like what's his name? Dang, I'm looking right at his face right now. To be with Tony Baker. I'm looking right at his face right now. He does a comedy sketch with Tony Baker. Why can't I think of his name right now? Bald-headed dude. Oh man, oh my god, I cannot think of the brother's name right now. I went to go see him live. Kevin on Stage. Thank you. Y'all be helping me out because man, my brain be fried. Kev on Stage. With Kev on Stage, start talking about that last ice shooting. Everybody would start telling him, shut up and make me laugh. There's a double-edged sword. Or you need to shut up and dribble. You know what I mean? You know, you supposed to be playing football. I don't want no politics in my football. You over there kneeling on the ground with your little knees. Get up and stand for the national anthem. While they're sitting down drinking the beer during the national anthem at home. I'm just saying. The hypocrisy. And again, it's hard. It's hard. Because again, if you only see us for our jokes, you only see us for our swagger when it comes to music, when it comes to rap and all of that, when it comes to our slang, and SNL did a perfect skit to this. If I would play it if I knew I wasn't gonna get a copyright strike from Saturday Night Live, because they do not play. But they were talking about Gen Z language. It was just they made a note to say this is just black language that is cool until we make it uncool again. So that's it. So let me see. Abundance. I'm only on episode 4. I'm going towards episode 5. I will let you know tomorrow. When I'm finished with this, I will let you know tomorrow. But you know, I just want you guys to understand there's nothing wrong with being funny, but if that's your whole shtick, that all you just be in is a goofball. That Cool Colas got way more material that he can make about your goofy self than you think. I'm just saying.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here. My Threads is I almost got 800,000 views on Threads just on 2 videos that I posted, and I could get y'all. I could barely get the thumbs up in this mug. What is going on? Make sure you guys thumb up the videos. But again, man, I appreciate you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired, so I'm gonna go lay down because it was a pretty long day at work. But I thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Max Show. Please put in the comment section what you guys think about the whole conversation. Yes, I did talk a lot. So people who come in the comment section was like, damn, we didn't want to hear about your stuff. We wanted to hear cool, not cool you, not cool Dre. We're cool Colas. You know, I want to do damn cool Dre. So I apologize for you being upset about that. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe power, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Where's my outro at? Look, I've been talking too much, but you already know. I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.